And welcome back to the Riverdale Reviews.
Oh boy.
We've got Roxy back this time, but we lost Jason to a social life.
Yeah.
And Bradley has taken to the hills to avoid the Dale.
God damn it.
Why didn't he invite me? What did I do?
I don't think you're part of the Monogeny family. I think that's your main disqualifier. Yeah. So, this was, does anyone remember the episode title?
Expect me to remember things?
Okay.
That's cute.
Well, the point is, this is episode 7 of Riverdale, where,
Things happen.
yeah, this wasn't the worst episode.
Mostly because I think they were trying to advance actual plot lines rather than focus on characters for this one.
Yeah.
Because they have more interesting places to be in the series, but they need to actually get to them rather than just skip ahead.
Yes, the episode title is In a Lonely Place, carrying on with the tradition of naming episodes after old movies. But yeah, so, basic rundown is, let's see, what was the main core of this? I'm pretty sure it was the search for Polly, because in discussing all the stuff that happened with, that happened in the last episode, and, where'd Polly go? Presumably one of Cheryl's flunkies overheard, texted Cheryl, and then
Reported to Cheryl, and then Cheryl went over and said, "Hey Mom, I have this information, give me back the Vixens."
Yeah, what was that about again? Should she lose the cheerleading team? I'm sorry, I've been doing other things.
I forget
with my
why,
life.
but Cheryl's mom, took her off the River Vixens, which I don't understand how she can do that.
Probably
but...
because of the outburst at the funeral.
Ah, yes! Where she shows up in Shadowhunter white.
Well, there we go. But yeah, so, it's, Blossoms versus Coopers in the hunt for Polly, and then, the Blossoms are like, hey, Polly killed Jason, and then Alice Cooper, gets up on camera and said, no, she can't have done, because she's pregnant with Jason's baby. And the town's just like, what?
And after having gone to such lengths to conceal this fact, it's kind of surprising that she just blurted out.
I guess No, you go.
I was going to say, she didn't blurt it out. It was strategically planned in rather loud voices in the middle of a church. And I'm like, okay.
Because the priest just was like, I'm having none of this.
I'm not sure that any priests still exist in Riverdale.
Oh,
I think the churches are basically empty skeletons.
Yeah, they were either fled or sacrificed to the god of evil.
They're just pretty buildings that people use for backdrops and camera appearances.
God.
Yeah, but then we find Polly, or Polly sneaks back into the Cooper house and lives in the attic for a bit, because that was a thing she did in the past. And Betty's like, oh yeah, no, everything's gonna be fine. She talks to her mom and dad.
Everything is not going to be fine.
No. And then she goes to Cheryl, which...
And then Cheryl says, okay, everything will be fine. And then they go meet her at the parlor, and she's like, everything's not going to be fine. Run.
So, yeah, now,
she's rooming with Veronica!
Yay! Well, okay then. Nothing much to say about this one, except that every time Cheryl talks, I want to vomit fists that reach through the screen and strangle her.
Okay, so earlier you were saying that the Coopers are, or not the Coopers, the Blossoms are the Lannisters of Riverdale. So what would that make the Coopers? Would that make them the Martells or the Greyjoys?
I think that makes them the Baratheons.
What about
What?
loud, overbearing, and think they have control when they really don't.
Huh.
See, I would have said the Greyjoys.
I was actually gonna go. I was gonna go with Martells, but
And we are on conflicting sides of this argument. We will debate off screen.
yeah,
And let you guys know what we come up with later.
yeah. And if there's nothing else to say about this plot line, we can go to, I suppose, the B plot. Or wait, no. Veronica's thing is the C plot. I think. It's a lot of
So
plots.
basically, Hermione, Veronica's mother, forges Veronica's signature so that she can get her hubby or her boy toy Fred Andrews onto this architecture project, and then Veronica gets mad because her mom broke the law, and so instead of talking to her mom about it like a responsible adulty person, but really can we expect anything else because they're high schoolers?
Yeah.
She goes off on an online shopping vendor and goes to clubs with her
With
Her
Joe.
best friend, her gay, her
and
No, it was
and arm candy.
no, it
yeah,
was it was famous celebrity that she bumps elbows with, her best gay, and arm candy.
There
Yeah.
you go. That's like
yeah. And then basically it's like the more high-powered version of this is how we lodges argue. We
Okay.
spend exorbitant
like-
amounts of money on frivolous things.
and then never return it and then go into more debt. Debt.
Yeah. So
Yup.
so that whole Game of Thrones thing is going because she's like, I'm gonna go clubbing. Oh hey, mom canceled my card and reported it stolen.
So I'm gonna.
It's like the Lannisters. Oh hey, I'm gonna go buy this thing. Iron Bank, you don't have funds. Lannisters. Oh hey, well we always repay our debts. Let's go burn the Martells and steal all their money. Oops, spoilers.
Tyrells, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
No. Tyrells are in Highgarden. Martells are in Dorne.
Yes.
I mean, the Lannisters, spoilers, did wipe out both, just in very different sadistic ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the most recent seasons.
Spoiler alert! 20 days!
I'm gonna check if we're recording because I'm paranoid, but keep going.
So
Oh, thank God.
So the advantage of going with the local celebrity and her best gay is that those two are children of the mayor and the sheriff respectively, so the club manager just backs down
Yeah.
when he's supposed to call the police.
Sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know.
And Veronica is sitting there, she's going off about like, we lost everything when my father went to jail. We lost our houses. We lost our cars. We lost our bank accounts. We lost our yachts. Yachts, plural. And Josie, bless her heart, just does this, like, the most dramatic eye roll, which you may not have noticed because it was behind her, artfully placed, hair. and bangs. So her eyes just kind of roll up into the curls that are her hair. But it was there, and I laughed hysterically.
It's magnificent.
Because, like, even though, yeah, there's the whole matter of, like, money and privilege and...
Yeah, she's like, hey, Veronica, would you like me to bend over so I could take that silver spoon out of your ass? Oh.
I don't think it's silver, honey. I think it's solid gold.
Well, there you go. But yeah, and apparently how everything gets resolved in this plot line is Hermione admits to Hiram, I think I'm getting this right, I have my mental flowchart open, that she forged Veronica's signature.
And she did so with the noble intentions of using Archie's father's construction company, which
to screw him over.
Yeah, which is a little more reputable than the company Hiram had originally settled on.
In the meantime, she's also having an affair with Fred Andrews, which she's going to have to admit to someone else besides Veronica at some point.
Although I did admire that she yeah, exactly. They did actually have a nice moment between Veronica and Hermione of setting the terms.
Yeah.
Like,
we're going to negotiate. Bring out the glass of wine.
yes.
And the golden colored bathrobe.
So they settle on, the affair does not happen in their house. It can happen at Archie's house just fine, or in the construction lot, whatever. And Veronica stops. Yeah. And Veronica stops spending
exorbitant amounts of money.
Yes. And clubbing in the middle of the week on a school night with high schoolers.
Does beg the question, what kind of club lets high schoolers in? I mean, don't you need, to be 21 or over for that?
Excuse you, sir. My dad's the sheriff. And my mother's the mayor. So if you let us in, I can have some sway for you.
And that, my friends,
And
is
then
the
they
future.
blackmail him on the same principle.
And that, my friends, is the future of Kim and Kanye's babies.
Oh no. No.
Sorry.
Stop. No, stop right now.
Is there something sensitive here, or is it just the whole Kim and Kanye thing being reprehensible?
I do not talk about the Kardashians.
But you gotta keep up with them.
No, I do not. Fuck that.
I watched plenty of Star Trek, thank you.
Well, there we go. So, then I guess we go to plot number 3, which I think is the best one because it has the most humanity of Jughead trying to get his sand snakes. We are on the Game of Thrones.
Sand, snake, leaders, fog.
No,
Sand.
Southside serpents. Yeah, the sand snakes are in Westeros. Like I said.
His father is the leader of the Southside Serpents, and he was fired by Fred Andrews long ass time ago, and he's since gone on a drinking bender, which he didn't look like he was on a drinking bender when Jughead had to leave the drive-in to go live at the campus.
Well, no, you have to be sober if you're gonna do shady business deals.
No, you don't.
That's
Well,
true. I'm gonna have to side with Ross.
while you're
Yeah.
doing shady business
Oh,
deals.
I don't. It depends how many business suits you have on.
Excuse you, the kitchen called. They want their waffling back.
We missed you. So yeah, Jughead and Archie get him his old job back. Talk to Fred, and Fred's like, all right, I'll give him his second or however many chances. Vague scene where he says Hermione, hey, if you don't talk, I don't talk.
And Hermione's like, cool.
Yeah. And again, we get some very nice scenes of, the Joneses and the Andrews bonding at Pops. There's a little back and forth, who pays the bill. But then, as the old story goes, things fall apart when they're all hanging out and Archie says, so, you mentioned some business with my dad? And then it turns out, because...
Of course it does.
Yeah.
As it always does.
Because Riverdale at this point.
Fred and were partners in the construction company, but Fred Andrews, according to Mr. Jones, cut the legs out from under him and basically screwed him out of his share of the company.
And Archie's like,
Fred
oh
only had you and your mother to support. I had Jughead Jelly being their mother and hospital bills.
Ah.
Hospital bills which we've never properly explained.
I mean, to be fair, in one of those last scenes, he did, like, all the... That guy, Mr. Jones, was looking like Steve Bannon at the end.
But so Archie's sitting there like, man, my dad did a terrible thing.
And Mr. Andrews says
him about it.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Andrews like,
actually,
you want to hear my side of the story here, Archie? Because, like,
I've bailed this man out a dozen times now.
Yeah. And, you know what? I'm going to let someone else take it, because I'm a little fuzzy on this part.
And then at the end...
Oh, okay, we're skipping past it.
I'm skipping right past it. I'm just like, there was a thing. Archie was angry. And then Archie got it all cleared up by his dad because, like, why would you believe a man that your best friend has been telling you is kind of a screw-up since day one?
That's fair.
So, believe your dad.
Also, his dad has proven to be the least reprehensible person on this show so far.
Yes, very true. So then at the end, who was it who got Archie, or not Archie, Jughead taken away by police?
I think that was just the police.
Yeah, the sheriff
the police came
decided.
in and were like, ow!
The sheriff decided, well, we're gonna run all the prints in this car, and we got Betty and we got Jughead. Oh, but look, Jughead has a prior record for playing with matches around a school.
Well, and Jughead's like, that's a very tenuous, connection, especially for a sheriff. And we're all sitting there like, drop the bike, walk away. Except not because mics are expensive pieces of equipment.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then Fred ends up bailing Jughead out of jail by lying to the police.
God damn it.
And saying, no. What was that date again? Oh yes, Jughead was working for me. And they're like, you can produce evidence? And he's like, well yes, I do have a time card. And then he and Archie are sitting in the very dimly lit trailer. And Archie's going, man, Dad, looks like you've done this before. He's like, I have my secrets, son.
And speaking of secrets...
Probably for Jughead's dad, as it turns out.
Yeah. And speaking of secrets and Jughead's dad, the final shot pans over to his closet, and what's that we see?
Jason's varsity jacket!
Holy shitballs!
Which was in the car. So either
that got torched.
Yes, that got torched. So either he claimed it as evidence from the car while he was torching it, or he actually killed Jason.
I don't see a motive there. Oh, sorry, keep going.
So, yeah, since we've already seen that he's basically a gun for hire, we can probably assume he doesn't have anything personal against Jason. So either he is the killer and was hired to do it, or he was just hired to torch the car.
More Game of Thrones references.
Does this have to do with what happens at the end that you've seen?
No, I was just gonna connect FP to like a sellsword.
Ah!
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So, yeah, that was In a Lonely Place. Definitely part of the better episodes here. Yeah, there's not much to say. I mean, there's nothing super weird except, again, the Blossoms and the Blossom parents and the Cooper parents continue to be the worst of humanity.
I do still love that they actually had like a face-off with their various search parties. You know where Polly is. If we did, we wouldn't be out here with the mosquitoes. Well, we know what Polly did, and the sheriff knows. Wait, I don't know. I don't know this. What are you people talking about?
It's like, don't listen to him. He knows. Well, meh.
So yeah,
well, we know better.
Because they're blonde, but they're putting all their blondes together, so they actually have some brain cells.
Don't count your blondes before they hatch.
Only I can make the blonde jokes in this couch.
Okay. You are a blonde joke. Hey, just kidding.
And fuck you very much.
I don't see it.
So, shall we move on to the next one? Or
Yup.
Yeah.
Before Colin digs himself an even deeper hole.
The hole is nice. It has air conditioning.
And lack of Alice Cooper.
You know, the fun fact, I may or may not have stood in front of the mirror for every day for a month between vlogs and just said Alice Cooper to myself in the mirror over and over again to build up a tolerance.
Did any, like, crazy spirits start zooming around your apartment?
Actually, I did make the mistake of saying it 3 times with the lights off, and suddenly the entire metal band came crashing through my mirror and beating the crap out of me, singing Feed My Frankenstein.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, but well, from the perspective of Alice Cooper, oh yeah!
I thought that was the Kool-Aid Man.
The Kool-Aid Man is Alice Cooper?
The Kool-Aid Man busts through walls and or mirrors.
And says, oh yeah.
Wait a minute. Bloody... The mirror thing is Bloody Mary. Kool-Aid is red. Coincidence?
I think not. Quiet you.
Bloody Mary confirms Kool-Aid Illuminati.
And on that note, on to the next episode.
Yeah!